Hey there, knowledge seekers, and welcome to another deep dive.
Ever wonder how the stuff around us goes from, like, raw materials to, well, stuff?
It's a journey, right?
Yeah.
Today we're going behind the scenes, kinda, with RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
Not just for a typical job description, but to uncover the hidden world, you could say, of a raw materials warehouse specialist.
It's a role, definitely, that's often overlooked.
But as you'll soon discover, it's way more than meets the eye. We're talking about really the backbone of countless industries.
Okay, so not just someone who's, like, good at Tetris with boxes, then.
Not quite.
This RoleCatcher Guide is like a roadmap, really, from entry level to, those calling the shots in, like, a high-tech warehouse. We'll unpack the skills, the challenges, even peek into what hiring managers are looking for, giving you, that insider edge.
Love it.
Let's break it down.
First off, what does a raw materials warehouse specialist actually do?
Because if I picture a warehouse, I'm thinking noise, forklifts, maybe a stray box falling off a shelf.
That's a start.
But think, like, deeper. It's about, guarding the quality and condition of raw materials throughout, like, their entire journey.
Imagine this. A shipment of rare earth minerals arrives, destined for high-tech electronics.
Okay.
Our specialist ensures they're stored, like, to perfection, maybe climate-controlled, maybe with a specific safety protocols. Not just moving boxes, they're, like, safeguarding the future of innovation.
Whoa. Okay, so it's high-stakes organization with a side of chemistry sometimes.
The RoleCatcher guy did mention potential hazards depending on the industry.
Exactly.
And they're the linchpin between multiple teams, production managers,
Yeah.
breathing down their necks, logistics coordinating deliveries, not to mention the warehouse team itself. Collaboration is key.
Makes sense. Can't build a smartphone without someone making sure the raw materials are actually there, right?
But how much of this is actually like hands-on versus, say, staring at spreadsheets all day?
That's where things get really interesting. Remember that stray box scenario you mentioned? Today, it's less about, like, muscle and more about mastering warehouse management software. Think robots moving pallets, sensors tracking inventory in real time. This role is as much about data analysis as it is about, like, physical organization.
So picture this. You're driving a forklift 1 minute, then analyzing inventory flow on a tablet the next. It's like a dynamic environment. But with all this tech coming in, are the job prospects still good?
The RoleCatcher Guide is very optimistic about that.
See, the demand for skilled professionals who can bridge the gap between, physical operations and digital systems is only going to grow.
Right, because someone has to make sure the robots are grabbing the right boxes, right?
Exactly.
And this guide doesn't just stop at entry level. It outlines how you can, climb the ladder from assisting with basic tasks to potentially designing the entire warehouse layout and flow for, like, maximum efficiency.
Okay, so there's serious growth potential here.
But we have to address the elephant in the room, literally. We're talking, like, potentially demanding physical work, right? Long hours, maybe exposure to the elements or those hazardous materials we mentioned.
What does RoleCatcher say about the less glamorous side of things?
It's true. This isn't a job for everyone. The guide is, like, upfront about the challenges. It can be physically demanding, often requiring working, although I bet some grandmas could rock a forklift.
Oh, yeah.
But let's get, like, specific.
The RoleCatcher guide does this cool thing where they sketch out different career stages.
Yeah.
Almost like leveling up in a video game.
Uh-huh.
Where does someone even, like, start in this field?
They start with, like, a solid dose of reality, and by that I mean, hands-on experience.
Think of it as the, like, apprenticeship phase. We're talking, assisting with receiving shipments, checking those packing slips against the orders, and making sure those raw materials are stored according to, their specific needs.
Right.
It's about learning the ropes, literally, from how to safely operate a pallet jack to mastering the warehouse's inventory system.
So it's about proving you can handle the fundamentals before moving on to, like, the bigger picture stuff. What kind of person thrives in this, like, entry-level environment?
The RoleCatcher guide features a profile of someone who, like, lives for a well-organized spreadsheet. This is someone with a keen eye for detail, maybe a background in inventory management, even if it's just from, like, a retail job. They're comfortable taking direction, eager to learn, and probably working towards those crucial certifications, like, forklift operation and OSHA warehouse safety.
Those certifications are like a signal flare to employers.
Like, hey, I take safety seriously, and I've got the skills to back it up.
Exactly.
And speaking of skills, let's say our aspiring warehouse guru has, put in the time, mastered the basics. They're now a junior raw materials warehouse specialist.
Okay.
What's different?
I'm picturing less, well, where do I put this? And more, how do we make this whole system, like, flow better?
Mm? Am I on the right track?
You're catching on quickly.
Now they're not just assisting, they're taking, ownership. They're leading the charge in receiving and inspecting materials, making sure everything meets those, stringent quality standards. Inventory management becomes their domain, analyzing stock levels, maybe even placing orders to keep things running smoothly.
So they've moved from Tetris to, like, supply chain chess. What does the RoleCatcher guide highlight as, like, key skills for this stage?
The example profile here is all about problem solving and initiative.
Think about it. A shipment is delayed, a piece of equipment malfunctions, this junior specialist needs to think on their feet, communicate clearly with different teams, and, like, find solutions quickly. It's also about taking that extra step, like suggesting ways to improve inventory tracking or streamline processes.
And probably a thirst for knowledge, right? Because the world of logistics is always evolving.
Absolutely.
Continuous learning is crucial. Which brings us to the intermediate level, where things get, really exciting. This is where they really start to own, like, the warehouse ecosystem.
Okay, they've leveled up again.
What new challenges are they facing at this stage?
They've gone from managing, like, specific tasks to overseeing the entire flow of raw materials.
Picture them analyzing those stock levels, but this time it's about spotting, long-term trends and anticipating potential shortages. They're developing and implementing inventory control procedures, training and supervising junior staff. They're basically the conductor of the warehouse orchestra.
And the RoleCatcher example profile for this stage. Give us the highlights.
This is someone who thrives on, like, optimization.
They're not just solving problems, they're, preventing them. They've likely got additional training under their belt, maybe a certification in lean inventory management, or even working towards a degree in supply chain management. They're not just thinking about today's shipment, they're thinking about how to make the entire system more efficient, more cost-effective, and more sustainable in the long run.
Okay, we've climbed the ranks from, like, rookie to pro.
Wow.
What's at the summit of this career mountain?
At the peak, you find the strategic masterminds,
Yeah.
the senior raw materials warehouse specialists. These are the folks who see the entire chessboard, not just their individual pieces.
So from Tetris to chess to global supply chain domination.
What sets these leaders apart?
Think of them as architects of efficiency.
They're designing long-term plans for storage and inventory, figuring out the optimal warehouse layout, maybe even negotiating contracts with suppliers. They're not just managing people and materials, they're, like, shaping the entire warehouse ecosystem.
And their RoleCatcher profile probably screams experience.
Oh,
right?
you bet.
This is someone with a decade or more under their belt, a proven track record of success, and probably a bachelor's degree or higher in supply chain management or a related field. They're not just managing a warehouse, they're mentoring the next generation, sharing those hard-won insights, and shaping the future of the industry.
Wow, we've really painted a picture of a career path with some serious legs. But let's be real, getting your foot in the door is often the hardest part.
You're absolutely right, which is why RoleCatcher's interview guide is about to become your, secret weapon. Let's dive into those make-or-break questions and help our listeners ace that interview.
All right, listeners, interview time.
Picture this. You're face-to-face with a hiring manager, resume in hand.
And they hit you with, So tell me about your experience with warehouse management systems.
Okay.
What are they really trying to find out with that?
It's more than just checking if you, know your WMS from your elbow, right?
Yeah.
They want to know if you understand that these systems are, the heart and soul of modern warehousing.
Can you track inventory levels across, multiple locations? Can you use data to optimize picking routes and minimize delays?
Right.
This question is your chance to demonstrate that you're not just, tech savvy, but also understand how to leverage technology for, real world results.
So don't just name drop software. Talk about specific challenges you've tackled.
Yeah.
Or solutions you've implemented. Really show them you're a problem solver.
Precisely. And be ready for those, follow-up questions.
Okay.
Imagine they ask, can you describe a time you had to troubleshoot a major system glitch?
Ooh, good one.
Don't panic.
This is your opportunity to, shine.
Uh.
Walk them through your thought process, how you identified the issue, the steps you took to, resolve it,
Yeah.
and the lessons you learned.
Yeah.
Did you have to think outside the box? Did you collaborate with, IT or other departments?
Right.
Those details make all the difference.
It's like telling a mini story about your resourcefulness, right, and technical prowess.
Exactly. Now let's shift gears to a question that often trips people up. How do you ensure raw materials are stored safely and efficiently, especially when dealing with potentially hazardous substances?
This feels like where those OSHA certifications become your best friend.
Absolutely.
But it's more than just like rattling off regulations.
Right.
Paint them a picture. Describe your process for inspecting incoming shipments, verifying labels, and ensuring proper storage based on, the specific properties of each material. Maybe you implemented a color-coded system for flammables or a dedicated quarantine zone for sensitive materials. Show them you're not just following the rules, you're like creating a culture of safety.
And demonstrating that you understand the why behind the what. Why.
Exactly. Now, for a question that reveals a lot about, your teamwork skills,
Okay.
tell me about a time you had to collaborate with other departments to resolve a major warehouse issue.
The classic, tell me about a time you faced a challenge question,
Yes,
but with a, warehouse twist.
precisely.
And it's a chance to highlight those soft skills that are crucial in a fast-paced environment.
For sure.
Did a production delay threaten to shut down the entire line? Did a miscommunication with logistics lead to a shortage of, a critical component? Walk them through how you kept your cool, communicated effectively with different teams, and ultimately found a solution.
Right.
Remember, it's not just about what you achieved. It's about how you achieved it.
So collaboration, problem solving, clear communication, all essential skills for a raw materials warehouse specialist.
Absolutely. And finally, a question that demonstrates your commitment to continuous improvement.
Okay.
How do you stay up to date with the latest industry trends and best practices in, warehouse management?
Because let's be real, this isn't a field where you can just learn it once and coast for the rest of your career.
Exactly. This is where you showcase your passion for learning.
And your dedication to staying ahead of the curve. Mention any industry publications you follow, online courses you've taken, or even relevant conferences you've attended. Maybe you're an active member of a professional organization or a regular reader of, supply chain management blogs.
Right.
Show them you're invested in your own growth and the future of the industry.
So it's about showcasing that proactive, always learning mindset that's so crucial in today's rapidly evolving world. Well, listeners, there you have it. A glimpse into the often hidden world of the raw materials warehouse specialist. A role that's so much more than just moving boxes.
It's a career path filled with, challenges and rewards requiring a unique blend of technical skills, problem-solving abilities, and a commitment to, safety and efficiency.
If you're organized, detail-oriented, and thrive in a fast-paced environment where your decisions have, a direct impact, this could be the perfect career path for you.
And remember, the key to success, whether you're navigating the warehouse floor or acing that interview, is preparation.
Do your research, anticipate challenges, and never stop learning.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And for you, our inquisitive listener, here's a final thought to ponder.
What innovation would you bring to the world of warehousing to boost efficiency, improve sustainability, or maybe even make those long nights a little more enjoyable?
Keep those gears turning, and until next time, happy learning.